All right, no intro here today, folks, or outro. That is my bad. I had my family with me, so I ended up not recording them. So I figured I'd extend some of these training clips, at least this one, to have a little bit of a couple seconds extra. So this was my leg B session, so second leg session of the week. Immediately after this is two rest days, and I think you guys will understand why once this workout is complete. So we start with lying hamstring curls, of course, after doing just some basic mobility work, including a little bit of single leg extensions and some single leg hamstring curls, just to kind of get those knees primed up and ready to rock and roll, and any of those target muscles that we're going to be using, of course, during the day. So this was the first time I was able to do this weight for 8 in a row. That was like, the goal is to build this up to a top set of 10. So we're going to continue to work with this weight, but you can see I was able to grind out an 8th one in a row, so that was cool. And then you'll see me kind of hold it here for a second. I'm like, all right, I'm contemplating. I'm like, should I get up? Should I at least attempt a 9th? Let's see how the bottom part of this, feels. And so I go for a 9th here in a sec. And yeah, needless to say, I got to, right about there. And I was like, yep, nope, not going up. So, but I was happy with that though. So 8 in a row. Then a humbling exercise here, guys. This is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, hamstring mass building movements. Of course, I could go a little bit heavier than this and lower the rep ranges, but right now we're really trying to focus on control, really stretch those hamstrings out, and of course the glutes. So what we have here, guys, is a heel elevated barbell stiff legged deadlift. It's old school. It's, I'm getting that mega stretch. You absolutely do not have to elevate your heels. I've just found for me, that's where I feel it the most. I have very long limbs, long legs, and long arms. So for me, it felt really good to elevate the heels. We got 325 on here. So this was actually a 10-pound increase because this was my first time throwing this movement in my training block last week. So I was really happy with this to be able to rep match with a 10-pound increase. Obviously, guys, again, it's one of those things where I've, was moving a lot more weight with this movement when I was doing RDLs, but I just was not feeling them in the target muscle as much as I liked. It was just really loading my back a lot more than anything else. So I'm like, all right, let me take the ego out a little bit and find something that can hit my hamstrings better. And this one has absolutely done that. So this is my top set here, and then I dropped down to 285 and did that for 12. So we will have a continued weight increase until we can hit that top set for 10. We're going to keep moving up. Then we have our hack squats here. This is close foot. So if you look at my feet, it's kind of hard to tell on this platform. But if you look at my feet, I actually have my feet and my toes pointed straight up. They are not angled at all. And the feet are well within shoulder range, or shoulder width, quite a bit within shoulder width, actually. So again, toes pointed up. This one you got to be careful, because if you do start to get some heavy loads like I even have here, without a lot of practice, like if you're going from a regular hack squat to this kind of stance, I definitely would be leery of like the load you are using, at least right off the rip, because this one absolutely puts a ton of torque and flexion on your knees. So you need to be careful of that, and make sure that you are able to, use appropriate loads to handle that. So this is the heaviest hack squat in the world. I don't have this banded up or anything like that, so there's no sneaky bands on there. Not that there's anything wrong with using bands. I just I'm not a huge advocate for it, at least on these kind of movements. But I think they do serve a purpose from time to time for sure. But yeah, I was able to add a rep to this set, and from my previous week, so that was cool. This one I have been working with for a little while now, so it's cool to continue to see that increase in reps. We will continue to work with this weight though until we hit it for 10, because we hit it for 9, and then did a back off set of 12 with 3 blades after that. So it was 3 1/4 and then 3. So like I said, yeah, that is the equivalent of like a 5 plate hack squat on other hack squats. Maybe not 5, but close. It is brutally hard on that hack squat. Anyways, then we have some single leg lying hamstring curls, but just as a heads up to y'all, before this, I did do my top set of leg press. I only do 1 working set of leg press right now, and I try to keep those reps no less than like 12 to 20. So we're actually going to drop the weight a little bit from what I did this previous week, or maybe even quite a bit, and try to get closer to 20 more controlled reps, because it was a little sloppy. I was just going balls to the wall intensity, just trying to get it. But my camera literally fell off of the bench it was recording before I even did my first rep. So that is why that is not in here. So anyways, guys, hey, I'm sorry about no intro or outro. This is a very quick training video. I did do 3 working sets of seated calves. After this was 2 working sets of single leg lying hamstring curls, just as a heads up. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Guys, above everything, thank you again so much for everything. But again, above everything, God bless. I love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon.